You're listening to the Unbelievers Podcast.
There were several groups. One of the principal ones was the reptilians from the Orion complex.
Without any exaggeration, it was like being on fire inside.
Rats were eating them inside.
This stuff was in my mouth. It felt like it was 500 degrees. It was unbelievably hot.
My first question would be, were you a member of the Church of Satan, a card-carrying member of the Church of Satan? I don't understand.
There's always an argument for everything, you know. Just because somebody can fake something doesn't necessarily mean it's full war, and we found a life form. And that's when I started shitting my pants.
So for the person who called, I am carrying an alien.
An alien baby. We cover it right here, okay?
Okay.
Something is happening. What is it? That's the question. So do UFOs exist? It depends on what you mean exist.
On November 8th, 2016, with 304 electoral votes, Donald Trump shocked the world by becoming the 45th president of the United States. While many blame a weak Democratic nominee or Russian interference, some believe other factors led to this victory. Unbelievable factors. How did this businessman with no formal political experience rise so suddenly to the nation's highest office? How is it that he always seemed to be 4 steps ahead of his opponents? Is it all luck, 4D chess, God-tier trolling? Well, join us tonight as we explore the mystery and research the memes of the most polarizing political figure of our lifetime as we get to the bottom of the coincidences, theories, and even prophecies of the time-traveling Trumps right here on the program, where you continue to learn to unlearn everything you know. Hello and welcome to the Unbelievers Podcast. I'm your host, Russ Ryan, and I am joined today by my co-host in California, Drea Mora. Hello, Drea.
Hello.
And in Washington, D.C., my co-host, Jude Prestia.
Ooh. Hey, everybody. Excited for tonight.
Yes, and on Long Island, our soundboard engineer and producer, Rob Oakey.
Do you eat roadkill?
Yeah, anyway.
You do?
What's up, guys?
You taste like fit.
Yeah, going from the Art Bell to the George Norrie. Yeah, that was a great episode last time, that Art Bell tribute, but more to come. But tonight, we're talking something kind of Art Bell adjacent. We are talking time travel. And I want to ask you guys, before we get into all this, what is you guys' favorite time travel movie or TV show? Jude.
Have you ever seen Primer?
Yeah, it's like I like that one.
Yeah, it's a little artsy, and like the guys are building a time travel device inside of like a storage container. Yeah. I actually, when I was in college, I took like a metaphysics of time travel class, and that was a thing we had to watch for it. Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
That sounds really cool.
What about you, Drea? What's your favorite time travel movie or TV show?
I liked Hot Tub Time Machine.
There you go. I thought you were going to say Bill and Ted's or something, but that's
me too.
Enough.
I thought I was, but then I thought about it, and I have a clear favorite.
And what about you, Rob? Let me guess. One of those like Star Treks or Time Bandits or something. What's your favorite?
Bill and Ted is up there, but honestly, Lost. Probably. I love Lost. And Lost is it's a time travel one. It is.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. And I'm going to kind of go not with that, but a TV show. I'm going to say the first season of Heroes. I like a lot of time travel movies, but I don't know, just something about the way he used the powers in that. I thought that was kind of unique, and then it went downhill eventually. But
Hiro Nakamura.
Yeah. So cool.
I had no idea that either of those TV shows were about time travel or even incorporated it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I had no idea. I mean, now I'm kind of way more interested in seeing it.
Oh yeah, the coolest part of that show for sure was that.
Yeah. The guy's power was he could just time travel by just like thinking and going to a place, and he would just, there's no machines involved, but he could just time travel.
Hell
that was his special ability. Really cool.
It's coming handy.
So yeah, let's talk about more time travel. Let's get into it, because we are talking about something that people have been buzzing about for years, and I don't know, it just feels like it's been blowing up in the last few weeks because of social media posts and stuff. But a few people have asked us to do this, and we are ready to get into it. Time traveling Trumps.
whisper in the wind. You hear that I come back again. Thought I was dead and gone, but my light's still on, and my time is coming. You see, I grew up in a hole, squeezing diamonds out of coal. I'm the seventh son, I'm the only one, and I'm on the rise. I'm electricity's on I'm running brighter than the morning sun. When people try to do it.
Yeah, that song's getting me even more pumped up to do this. You guys like that song?
That was awesome.
What the hell was that?
Very cool.
So that's a really now. I was just listening to music while I was doing some research for this, and I was listening to the Hives because I haven't listened to the Hives in a few years, and I've kind of forgot how much I liked them.
Oh, they're great.
And that song came on, and it just started speaking to me. And I'm gonna, I don't normally do this focusing on the intro song. That song was called "My Time Is Coming" from the Hives, and here's the rest of the lyrics to that song. And just tell me if you guys think this applies to what we're talking about. It says, "So no more waiting on the sidelines, and no more hanging on a thin line. Got my leather on, and my problems are gone, and my time is coming. Praise the Lord, my time is coming." So people of the world, just take a bow, 'cause I used to be hot, but I'm flaming now. So hold on tight with your knuckles white, 'cause my time is coming. And I had to listen to it over and over. I was like, wow, I could hear Trump like singing this on Inauguration Day or something. Like, yeah, you better hold on tight with your knuckles white, 'cause my time's coming. Like, whoa.
Yikes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that does sound like that. I had ideas of it. Those lyrics sound kind of like cremation. And it's like, oh, my time's coming. I'm dying. That's like I took a negative spin from those.
Yeah, that's a very unicorn's approach to the.
Sorry.
That's all right. But now, enough of the Hives. We'll hear more of them later. Before we delve into this theory, I want to talk about the original story that launched this idea that Donald Trump is a time traveler, or that he may in fact be the famed John Teeter.
Oh shit!
Oh, no.
Now, some people may be familiar with this, but what I'm about to read is a 4chan thread from August 17th, 2016, and this post is titled "Trump Has a Time Machine." And here we go. After Nikola Tesla's death, the FBI ordered the alien property custodian to seize Tesla's belongings, even though Tesla was an American citizen. The National Defense Research Committee called in an MIT professor to make sense of Tesla's notes in order to analyze if anything in them could be weaponized. That MIT professor was John Trump. If you're not familiar with Tesla's theories in his later years, he explored fantastic topics like free energy, anti-gravity, invisibility, and even time travel. John Trump claimed that there was nothing of any real substance in Tesla's notes. But this, of course, was a lie. He knew that if the National Defense Research Committee realized that what the notes contained, it could mean the end of the world, because included in them were blueprints for a theoretical time machine. Now, although John Trump thought that Tesla's time machine was plausible, it was not possible to create using the technology existing during this time. John Trump later died in 1985, but not before leaving Tesla's notes and their implications in the protection of his beloved nephew, Donald Trump. Around this same time period, Donald Trump was known to use pseudonyms such as John Miller and John Barron in partial homage to his uncle. However, there was another pseudonym that Trump was not so well known for using: John Teeter. Now, Trump as John Teeter traveled to the future under the assumed identity of a soldier, where he discovered that America and the entire world had become a nuclear dystopia caused by radical Islamic terror. John Teeter began posting to several forums in 2000 and 2001, speaking of events that happened in the timeline he had witnessed. He spoke of terrible events that would occur from the early 2000s through to 2012. He could not name radical Islam Islamic terror at the time, or the timeline may become unavoidable. He had to be extremely cautious and analyze the near infinite temporal variances and possibilities before making his move. Trump traveled time, amassed a fortune, and making subtle changes which helped him delay the future he saw for as long as he could. But that future is now coming. Trump knew that the only way he could have enough influence to prevent this future totally would be to become president of the United States.
Wow.
Now,
so that was 4chan, huh?
So this is the initial post. This is what started the entire theory and of the things that have come out later. But it's basically started as it's like a meme. I mean, it could be BS and it could be a meme, or it just could be good fanfic, right?
Oh yeah, really
excellent fanfic.
If it's fanfic, it's great, but you got to look into it a little, and to fact check it quite a bit. His uncle John, I looked him up. So John George Trump, born August 21st, 1907, died February 21st, 1985. He was an American electrical engineer, inventor, and physicist, a professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology from 1936 to 1973. He was a recipient of U.S. President Ronald Reagan's National Medal of Science and a member of the National Academy of Engineering. John Trump was noted for developing rotational radiation therapy. Together with Robert J. Vandengroff, he developed one of the first million-volt X-ray generators. He was a paternal uncle of Donald Trump. We know the rest. And the National Academy of Engineering described Trump as a pioneer in the scientific, engineering, and medical applications of high-voltage machinery. James Melcher, Trump's lab director, is quoted as saying, John, over a period of 3 decades, could be approached by people of all sorts because he could make megavolt beams of ions and electrons, death rays. What did he do with it? Cancer research, sterilizing sludge out in Deer Island, a waste disposal facility, all sorts of wondrous things. He didn't touch the weapons stuff. So Trump's uncle kind of sounds like a cool guy, and that part that is true, that this is his uncle's creds, that he was part of MIT, and that he did get access to Tesla's whatever they had put in this alien technology, which is, I know they mean like foreign alien, but when you're talking time travel and alien stuff, it's kind of goes a bit.
It could be anything. Jellyfish. Yeah, go ahead, dude.
No, I was just gonna say it's incredible that he had the access to that and made death rays to cure cancer.
Yeah. It kills the cancer cells. It's a cancer death ray. Quick question: What year was it that Nikola Tesla died?
He died. Oh, you put me on the spot.
Sorry, no, I just thought that because I can't retain all the information that's being read. I'm wondering. Basically, my question is, did he use Tesla's notes in order to get get maybe that boost in his field, and then kind of take credit because he was pretty quiet about and there was nothing here.
Nikola Tesla died in 1943.
Okay, thanks.
And he was working for MIT from 1936. So
he is just genuinely smart.
Yeah, he was only 29 and 36. So what year did you say he passed away, Rob? 46?
43.
43. So he would have been in his 30s and genius guy. Maybe he's a Howard Stark level kind of guy or something, and he got access to it. And he just came out and said, nope, nothing to see here. But knowing that he didn't want to touch the weapon stuff and make all these death rays, man, maybe he did hide it away thinking that they were, that, if this did get into the wrong hands. Because he doesn't sound, if the guy has the capability of making death rays, but he's just curing cancer, it says a little something for him.
His name, John Titter.
There you go.
Yeah, that stuff is dangerous, so it's probably best that we stick to killing cancer and not people with it.
Yeah, and thank you for playing that, Rob. So if I have any new listeners, they won't think that I don't know how to pronounce John Titter.
Titor.
His name, John Titter.
Yeah, it's John Titter.
Got it. So it'll be John Titter going forward. But before we go much further, I want to establish that Mr. Trump has been known to use a fake name like they mentioned when the occasion calls for it. And I want Rob to play a clip right now.
The real amazing story of Donald's spokesman, as the Washington Post headline writes, Maybe that it's been such an open